What's going on, guys?
What's going on, guys? We're gonna do this today. So you're on Facebook.
I am today.
You're on Facebook. Oh, it says you're live on my phone.
So what we're talking about in between us right now is, so I actually usually go live on Instagram, but I'm choosing to do Facebook today just because I want to see and share a little bit more value to people, you know, just outside of Instagram, because I know a lot of people from Facebook don't have me on Instagram, just as well as, you know, a lot of people from Instagram don't have me on Facebook. So,
right.
You know, I feel like it's important to share value everywhere. So that's what we're going to be doing today.
All right, so let's get started. Well,
yes.
Welcome to the sixth. That's 5, 6. That's like Jordan, you know. The sixth one.
You do the 1, I'll do the 5. There
you go.
There.
So 6.
6.
It's the 6th episode of Getting Comfortable, Being Uncomfortable. What's up, Moises? Glad you're joining us today, bro. So I'm here with the greatest co-host in the whole entire world, Miss Carolina Montoya.
Thank you. Thank you
so much for joining me today in this lovely hot day. It was supposed to be like 95 and then it felt like 103, and I'm like, and humidity, and I had to help one of my friends out, and I was working outside, and I was like, I think I look a little bit darker, to be quite honest with you. What do you think?
No comment.
No comment?
No.
I guess I'll stay dark. So anyways.
So, you know what, though? See, here's the thing. It's like 102 degrees outside right now, right?
It is.
But we were complaining not too long ago that it was cold, that we weren't getting a summer. So, you know what? I'm not complaining about this heat. I'm actually very much enjoying it.
Okay.
I hate the cold. I'm a summer baby, so, you know, I love it. But,
Yes.
you know, enough of the chit-chatter, okay?
Chit-chatter.
Let's get to this important conversation about
Money.
money.
Money is energy.
Yes, energy is money.
Energy is money.
Yes.
So, you know, basically, in the past 6 episodes, episodes that we've been talking about have been...
The past 5 episodes.
Sorry.
You said the past 5
past
episodes.
Well, sleep is getting to me a little bit, just a tiny bit. Okay, the past 5 episodes we've talked about how money works, where to put your money, how to make more of it, right? But today we're actually going to talk about exactly what it is that we do, how we got here, where we're going, and the amount of people that we can help with this opportunity of entrepreneurship and free enterprise, as well as capitalism, right?
Capitalistas.
Capitalism.
Yes.
Perfect.
So, you know, piggybacking off of that, I think, you know, I feel like we were so excited to educate people on, you know, not just saving and growing their money, but on the habits that they need to change in order to do just that.
Yes.
That we never really got a chance to talk about, you know, what it is exactly that we do, why we do it, how we started it, and, you know, where we're at, you know, at this point in entrepreneurship. Yeah.
So let's get to it. If you don't mind, I'll start with mine.
Okay.
So basically, 3 years ago, fast forward, 3 years ago, rewind, right? I was working at a bank, and I was doing okay, you know. I was working 9 to 5, just pretty much chilling, doing everything, the good stuff, opening accounts and everything. But prior to that, I worked at Cricket Wireless for 6 years.
Okay.
And what I did there, I actually helped that particular dealership go from 1 store to 2 stores to 3 stores, all the way to 12, all around the Chicagoland area, Joliet, close to Indiana, and what's that city? Not Calumet City, but by where you live, I think. Homewood, yeah, Homewood, and all those stores. And I was working 9 to 8, Monday through Saturday, Sundays 11 to 6, and my day off was actually Monday from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Isn't that crazy? And I did that for 6 years. And to me, I was like, that was normal. That was just my life, because, you know, I wanted to make money. I was making like $700 a week, which I thought at that point was pretty good. But I didn't realize, I realized how many hours I was working, but it didn't feel like a lot because I was just accustomed to it.
Right.
So I helped them build those stores, and at the end, I was like, you know what? I want to own one. You know, I want to own a cell phone store because I love technology. I love sales, and let me just get to it and see how it works, right? I asked
Makes
for their
sense.
help, and they were like, no. What do you mean? What do you mean no? It's like they wouldn't help me create my own store. So I was like, you know what, man, whatever. I'm just gonna go, and I'm gonna leave, and that's how I got to the bank. And they were gonna pay me around like $20 an hour, and they were like, you know what, we'll pay you 17 or 18 if you stay. And I'm like, bro, I'm making $20 an hour. What don't you understand about that, right?
Right.
So then worked at a bank, and from there I figured that I was like, okay, I'm gonna help people. I'm gonna learn about money and all that stuff. But guess what happens when you go to a bank? You open an account, and what do people regularly sell you?
Can I say it?
Yeah.
Credit cards.
Credit cards. So what I was doing, I was opening a savings account for you, giving you 0.01% on interest, and then I was selling you a credit card at 19%. So who's winning? You're the bank.
The bank.
The bank, exactly. So I was like, I don't know if I feel comfortable doing this. You know what I mean? I know I'm helping, but not really, because they would come and open a credit card, and I was like, oh, just transfer your balance, right? But then I didn't tell them, be like, okay, make sure you don't use the other credit card. And now they come back to me like 2 months later and say, Billy, so you know that transfer balance I did? It's like, yeah. Well, I didn't close my credit card, so I maxed that out again. Now I have 2 credit cards maxed out. I'm like, what was the point of doing that? I wasn't able to educate them, right? So I was like, I don't know what to do. Where do I found myself like I didn't go to college. I just went to a 2-year college, got my degree in associates in science, associates in arts, which I never used. So it was kind of pointless, right? So I'm like, I was trying to figure out a way what to do, and luckily one of my friends called me, and she was like, "Hey Billy, I know you love money. I know you're good at this, at sales, you're educating people. You're a people person. So come over to the office." I came to the office, and it was history from there. I love the crusade that we're doing here, where we help people make and save money, plan for their future, make sure they understand how money actually works. Okay. And in addition to that, not only do we make really good money, right? But we also get to own our own book of business. We actually get to own something. So right now, the agency that I'm building, it's mine. And I didn't have to pay like $100,000 to actually do all of this stuff. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So that's where I'm at. That's how I got here. So let me know. What do you think? What's yours? Tell me how'd you end up getting here?
You.
Aside from me.
Okay, so I actually am still currently a college student, technically speaking. I am in my 3rd year of college, so that makes me a junior, upperclassman now. Upperclassman. And it's nerve-wracking seeing my growth from, fresh out of high school to now. I had a mindset that, I want to go in the medical field.
Okay.
My family for a very long time embedded in my brain that the medical field was the only way to really go. Nothing against my family and their way of thinking. But because of that mentality, I was like, okay, all right, so I am currently a junior in high school, and I don't know what I want to do, but I know it's in the medical field. So let me explore my options. I'm an AP student. I'm an honor student.
Right.
I mean, what more can I do? So I entered all AP and honor science classes. And that's when, in my head, that was the way of getting there. So I actually started a program after my junior year. So the summer after my junior year of high school, I went into a pharmacy program at Chicago State University. And fresh out of that, I went into AP chemistry. And that's where actually I also did a dual credit with them, where I was at South Suburban College to get my pharmacy technician license, basically, and to get credit towards college as well.
Nice.
So in my head, I'm like, oh, I get to call myself a pharmacist technician. Like, that's already a stepping stone into what I want to do, into the medical field. So I started looking at my options, and what had happened right before, prior to my junior year of high school, I actually had to get surgery for my appendix, which was actually on the verge of bursting.
Oh wow.
It's horrible pain, by
Yeah,
the way.
I can
Let
only
me tell
imagine.
you, I literally thought that I was going to die. So I actually had to have emergency surgery, and there I was calmed down, not by the surgeon, not by the nurses. I was actually calmed down by the anesthesiologist.
Okay.
He was the one, talking to me, and he was actually he had only been anesthesiologist for about 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, wow, man, here's this guy getting paid more, like a little bit over 6 figures. So I think he disclosed with me that he was getting paid around, I think, like $132,000, I think. If I'm not mistaken, don't quote me on it, I can't remember anymore. So in my head, I'm like, that's a lot. That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
So, after that had happened, I basically wanted to go on the route to anesthesiologist, and my way of thinking was, let me do these science classes, let me do this pharmacy program, let me get my name out there. And then I got into University of St. Francis in Joliet, and I actually went into the nursing program,
Okay.
simply because I saw what it was that had to be done for anesthesiology. It was 12 years total.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I'm like, listen, I don't like school. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Yeah, I was good at it, but I hated it. I hated it with a passion, and so I was like, I can't do 12 years of school. I absolutely can't. So second best thing, what can I do where I can run my own practice? All right, nursing. I got to get my master's to get a nurse practitioner status, so in that way I can have my own practice. All right, not too bad. 5-6 years. But then I was like, I still feel like I'm not helping people enough. My goal is to help people.
Okay.
So I did my freshman year of nursing, and I actually got to shadow a mental health nurse for a week, which was basically my what is it? Oh my God, it's at the tip of my tongue. It's like what you're concentrated on.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, so
Got it.
like your specialty,
Right.
what you're specializing in.
Mm-hmm.
So what I was specializing in was mental health. So I shadowed her for a week, and I saw, okay, you're not actually interacting with the patient.
Mm-hmm.
So I decided, okay, I'm done with this. I don't want to be a nursing student anymore. And that's when I actually switched to social work. And my sophomore year, I was in the social work program, taking social work classes, obviously. Landed a job as a translator at a substance abuse counseling place.
Okay.
And there I was actually doing clinicals for substance abuse counseling. So I actually got the opportunity to do some counseling for a couple of clients. And I absolutely loved it. I don't look back on it. I don't regret that decision. I still to this day don't regret that decision. I hope to still get my social work degree. But that's actually how I found you, is through that job. So we connected, on my way there, and you told me a little bit about what it is that you do, and you showed me how you got paid, and you told me your story, and I was like, why am I not doing this? How did I not find out about this before? So that's pretty much what got me into the business. And what I love about it is I don't need school. I don't need a finance degree. I don't need a business degree. I don't need anything. I can just come straight in, and I'm already licensed.
Good job.
So thank you. Freshly licensed, a month licensed, and that license holds so much value because it gives me access to a $63 trillion industry initially. Yeah. So, it's amazing to know what you can do without a college degree. And for someone like me who is passionate about helping people, just not necessarily passionate about school, it's a way for me to, set that boundary and make a ton of money while not even having a college degree.
Yeah, and a lot of people nowadays, like I was telling you, they find themselves in a position in which, most millennials, right? Like, you have to go to college, you have to get a degree, or else you die, or else you don't have any good income, right? But that's all false statements. Like our CEO, he wrote a book that it's called "Drop Out and Get Schooled," literally like that. Like, basically, it means that if you're not in a career like the science or technology or things like that, there shouldn't really be a reason for you to go to school for that in particular, because you can learn anything from a book.
Mhm.
You can learn it from a book. From I like being an apprentice and anything. I'm not saying like a surgeon, right? Because a surgeon obviously got to go to school, got training. It's very delicate. But I'm saying more of a regular career, right?
Mhm.
So, and that's the thing that we show here with entrepreneurship and being in financial services and doing all this type of marketing things, is that before, back in the day, there wasn't a lot of there was a ton of agents, like over 500,000 agents within the United States. Okay?
Right.
But and the population was very low, so everybody got a little piece of that financial services, financial education, and that's why you see a lot of maybe your grandparents, they're living large because they knew they got taught how to do that, right? Fast forward till now, the thing about it is that now people are not getting that same type of financial education, and then you see like your parents trying to struggle helping you and helping themselves. So what are you gonna do, right?
Right.
So let's talk a little bit about timing and the different generations, like millennials, Gen X, baby boomers, and seniors. So tell me a little bit about like how we're able to help all of those generations.
In all types of ways.
Yeah.
So I guess the first one is the generation I would fall in. I'm a little bit in a tough spot because I don't exactly fall into the millennials, and I don't exactly fall into the Gen X, Gen Y, Gen Z. Well, Gen Z, yeah. I don't fall into either of those, but you know, I feel like I fall a little bit more on the millennial side.
Okay.
So for me, it's helping people in my age group is giving them the opportunity of actually being an agent, and giving them the opportunity and education of what it is exactly that we do. And obviously we're in an industry where the younger you are, the cheaper the policies that we have are, basically,
right.
just to be straightforward. So it's important to educate them on not just the opportunity, but on what we are actually providing.
Right.
And then when it comes to actual millennials, I think, it's still the same thing of, hey, we have this opportunity, but we understand if you have a career already and, you're set and you're passionate about that, maybe it's just for an extra income, but hey, let me tell you about what we provide and how it can help you and how it can benefit you. And then we also have baby boomers. A lot of baby boomers are retiring. I think it's 10,000 every day that are retiring. So when it comes to that, it's, hey, is your 401k really the best retirement plan that you have? Right. Do you have enough to survive off of that 401k?
Right.
So I think the financial services that we offer in that area would be what we will call annuities.
Right.
And basically educate them on why it is that's the best option for them. And I think we talk about this almost every day. We see so many elderly people working at Walmart, working at Target, in really low end jobs that are really meant to be for 16-year-olds, or for people that are just barely getting their first jobs. So again, I guess the 16-year-olds we could say, but really we find a lot of elderly people having these jobs because they didn't have that 401k, they don't have children, or Children helping them, basically, for their retirement. So I guess the way that we help them is basically by setting them up for a better retirement plan, and for a better opportunity for them to actually enjoy that retirement. Because I think something that scares me every single day is seeing those people and thinking, I hope that does not happen to me. I hope I don't have to live off of a 401k. I hope that, I'm set to go in the lifestyle that I want to live.
Yeah, because all those products, they're all like live in the stock market, and unfortunately they can be a little volatile, where you can lose everything.
Right.
You can lose that and your principal, all your gains. So you also have to get yourself informed. I'm not saying that it's necessarily bad. I'm just saying something that I don't use, because it doesn't provide as much value as I would love for it to do,
Yeah.
So.
And I think in the business that we are in, we learn every day as well. Something I didn't know were about the pensions, that one of our business partners were talking about and training us on. I didn't know that pensions didn't pay off to kids if they weren't
Yeah.
18 and younger. I personally did not know that, which it sucks, like, to say, the money that you put for your family is actually going back to the business because
Yeah.
they're overage
They're
or
just
they're
gonna
not
keep it.
minors. Yeah, they're gonna literally keep the money that you worked hard for.
Yeah.
So I think it's important for people to know exactly what they're getting into, especially people that work for the government, that work for the state, that work for the cities, anything. I think it's important for them to get educated on what exactly their pensions are, what exactly their 401ks are, their 403bs, all of that. And
Yeah.
I think that's why I'm so proud to say I'm in this industry.
Yeah, for sure. Like talking back on the pensions, right? They tell you, hey, you work for me for a certain amount of years, then I'll give you this until you pass away. But you gave your life to a company, and you did all these savings, and then if you pass away, your spouse, it's only going to get half of that. And if you don't have a spouse, they keep all that money that you've been saving for the past 34 years. Kind of doesn't make any sense, right? So basically, moving along from that, there's a lot of people that need more help, and as well as all the different types of generations. And the way that we work is basically a very simple system, right? To me, it's the easiest thing because there's three things that go with it, right? First, we do financial services, right? Financial services such as New York Life, Charles Schwab, all those high-end agencies that help you monitor, grow your money, make sure that it stays safe, right?
Right.
And then what's the next one that we do, and how do we actually build it with the franchise system? Can you explain a little bit of that?
So are you talking about like the business owners and,
Yeah.
and that French? Okay, French fry system.
Franchise system.
So initially, what it is we want our end goal to be a business owner. The reason for that being is because I love the way that you explain it. So you go into a Starbucks and you say, hey, can I speak to the business owner
Right.
of this particular Starbucks franchise? What are they gonna do?
They're never there.
But the person that you asked, they're just probably gonna laugh in your face, like,
Yeah.
well, I don't even know the business owner.
Right.
Right. So for me, it was I was a manager, and I didn't know the business owner. So the people that are there are the managers, maybe occasionally for a visit, the regional managers, and obviously your employees. But at the end of the day, who is the one making the most money?
The owner.
The business owner. Correct, because they have all of these stores and they're leveraging people to make the money for them.
Exactly.
So they could be on vacation drinking out of a coconut, chilling,
Right.
making money. So initially what we do here is we give people the opportunity to drink out of a coconut and make money.
Exactly. Which is great, so that combination of financial services like New York Life, Charles Schwab, and then you can actually build your own franchise like a Starbucks, McDonald's, and Subway. And the easiest way of marketing, which is word of mouth, right?
Right.
If I tell you right now that Toy Story 4 was the bomb.com, it made me cry. It was one of the greatest movies ever, which it was. If you haven't watched it, this Toy Story did not pay me any dime or anything right now.
I cried.
To tell you about this, but
Yeah.
nonetheless, if I told you, word of mouth marketing is the best marketing that there is. So because I told you so passionate about what I do, and I'm sorry, the movie that I watched, what are you gonna go do?
I'm gonna go watch the movie.
You're gonna go watch the movie, right?
Right.
And that's how we work, financial services plus business ownership and plus marketing, word of mouth marketing, which is all that. Because who likes to do cold calling? I sure don't. Do you like
Right.
to knock on doors?
No.
Now, especially in this heat, right?
Come on.
Especially
And walking in heels?
And walking in heels?
No.
Exactly. So we combine all those three together to create a profitable business
Yeah.
in which we are licensed by the state of Illinois, we are regulated, and we're able to make so much money, which is what we're going to talk about next. For example, quick story, right? I was, I helped out one of my clients. He didn't really know what to do with his 401k. He's retired now. And he was like, hey, Billy, I know you're in financial services. We've known each other for a couple of years now. Show me how I can make this money grow for me, And I was like, okay, look, 3 ways money grows: fixed, variable, index. This is your options. This is what we can do. And boom, we did it, right? So from that rollover that I did, okay, you know how much money I made?
I do.
Okay. Would
You
you mind
told
telling
me.
Okay. So please tell.
It was a 3,000,
Mhm.
3,126.
26, yeah.
Yeah.
So $3,126 from one client, right? So if you were to walk into your job today and say, hey, today I want to make $3,126, will they tell you, okay, Billy, or okay, Carolina, or would they just laugh at you? They would laugh.
They would tell me I need to work overtime, and they don't even give me overtime. So.
Exactly, right? So that's the powerful compensation that we have, for helping a client. The other day, how we helped the client protect their life, health, and wealth.
Mm-hmm.
That was a $100 case, but we got paid out $600 out of that, right?
Right.
Because one, we're educating, and two, we're marketing different companies, and we're helping them out. So how long does it before you started here? How long did it take you to make $600?
80 hours.
Close to 80 hours to make 600.
80 hours. Yeah, I was working full time.
That's crazy. How does it make you feel now that you can make $600 in like 30 minutes?
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
Because, I'll come to the appointment and then I'll head back home and
You're done?
I'm done for the day. Yeah, you know, it's nice to see my mom's smile on my face, or on her face, sorry. On her face, when I'm at dinner with her, when I'm able to have conversations with her because I don't have to go to work. She'll say, hey, Mija, are you going to work? And I'm like, yes, Mom, but do you need me? And she'll say, yeah, I actually wanted to do so and so. What time will you be back? I'm like, okay, let me push up my appointment. I'll be back.
Right.
Yeah. It's nice. It's nice being able to do that.
So because of entrepreneurship and because we live in this capitalistic country, along with free enterprise, we can actually make our own schedules. We can create our own money. We're not limited to somebody telling us what to do, when to do it, when to take a break, when not to take a break, right? Because I keep thinking in my future that when I have kids, I want to be able to be there for them whenever I want. Right? Right. So that's one of my biggest hurdles, that sometimes I see families, sometimes I see parents that unfortunately they can't go to their kids' events because their boss has their thumb on their forehead, being like, if you don't come to work, you're fired. And that's it, right?
Exactly.
So even having that idea that somebody's controlling my time, somebody's controlling my income, right? They're basically controlling my life.
They're controlling your life.
Right? But if I control my time, I control my income, I have full control of my life. Right? So, I can come walk in today, I can go see somebody, make $1,000 or not.
Right. And the good thing about that as well is, that it hits home when you talk about the events, because I was a full year-round athlete, and, there were times where my dad would say, you got to let me know ahead of time so I can ask for time off. And, 99% of the time he wouldn't be able to make it, unfortunately, because he worked 12-hour shifts Monday through Friday. And obviously, for those of you that know, high school events are during the week in the evening. And so, honestly, it was very emotional for me sometimes to not have my parents at my soccer games or at my tennis matches, and sometimes it would really affect me, but other times it's like, hey, I understand, you got to do what you got to do. You're putting a roof over my head, you're literally giving me food to eat. So for me, that's one of the things that honestly pushes me every single day. Becoming a mom is obviously something I want to do in the future, but I don't want time to be wasted with my kid, because I know that I'll only be around for so long. They'll only be at the house for so long, before they move on and they enjoy their lives. So I would definitely want to enjoy every single moment with them.
That's awesome. So, yeah, and then that's a great goal to have, and and not only with kids, like right now with our parents, we can manage our time and do whatever we want whenever they're able to need us, right?
Exactly.
But they also understand that sometimes we're building a business, so if it's something that we can take care of them a little bit later or before, then they adjust with us, which is what my family does with me. They fully understand what I'm currently doing. It's only a window, it's only for a period of time, it's not forever. And they understand that sometimes, I can show up for a little bit, but then I gotta get back to work, right?
Exactly. So. Yeah, and I think it's understandable as well, though, because we have like a calendar that we share, which is if is it urgent? Is it important? Is it both? Can it wait? Can it not wait? Can you control it? Can you not control it?
Right.
So there's like categories that we use to put those schedules in place.
Mm-hmm.
And hey, like if it's not urgent, if it's not important, sorry, but you're gonna be in the back of the list.
Right.
And if it is important, if it is urgent, such as educating a family about what we do, then hey, that's gonna be top priority. Unless something super critical is happening where I'm like, hey, you know what, I'm gonna ask my business partner to run this appointment.
Mm-hmm.
I can still make money.
Yeah.
They can make money as well now.
Yep.
And I can be where I have to be without even having to lose a dime.
Yeah, because you do that. Now you become a business owner. You leverage,
people, exactly.
And you help others too. And then the final thing is that this company is so big about values and everything that we have here, that we focus on the 5 F's. And the 5 F's are as follows. One is faith. I don't know what you guys believe in, but if you believe in something, it guides you, right? So faith. The second one, it's family. So I love my family, and family now has become people here in the office as well. Not blood related, but people that actually care for you to win, right?
Right.
The third one is obviously finance, because we're in financial services.
Right.
We got to make sure that we keep our finance together so we can also help, right? Because you got to come in with an attitude of conviction. So if you're not handling your finances correctly, how are you going to be able to handle somebody else's, right?
Right.
And fitness, fitness is something that is very critical for you to always have energy. Because if you don't take care of your body, your health, it's going to show. It's going to show that you don't have a lot of energy. Your client, or maybe the people you're mentoring or helping out, they're going to be like, what's wrong with you?
Right. Yeah.
And the last one is fun, and so far you've had a lot of fun here in the office. So tell us about certain events that you've gone to or have done here with, our peers.
Okay, so the first one that I can remember is just coming to the office my first time.
Nice.
That was definitely very, very fun for me. It was very enjoyable. The environment attracted me completely, so I was invited by him, obviously, and I come in and the first song I hear is Suavemente by Elvis Crespo, and I'm like, my people, wait a minute, hold on. And that was the first time that I initially had fun at an office.
Nice.
The second time, I want to say, would be when we rented out the Fulton Market, in Chicago, just for agents strictly, so no strangers were there. Everybody knew everybody. We rented out that entire place, and for the entire night we had fun.
Right.
We had a DJ, we had an open bar, we had food. It was honestly amazing having a different environment with the people that we work with and do business with, and the people that we call family as well. It was honestly amazing. And the biggest event that I am looking forward to is going to Las Vegas.
Nice. You've never been there, huh?
I have not. I am a Vegas virgin.
Nice. Well,
I have not been there. So I'm super excited, and I'm excited to say that I'm going for the business. I'm not going to
gamble.
I'm not going to gamble. I'm not going to lose money. I'm going to get money.
Exactly.
And I'm going to get education from Kobe Bryant, from George W. Bush, from Billy Beane, from Jordan Peterson, which, let me tell you, I have now become very obsessed with Jordan Peterson. So I'm super excited to see him at Las Vegas. So once again, I'm going to repeat those names. I'm getting coaching from Kobe Bryant,
the Mamba,
George W. Bush, Jordan Peterson, and Billy Beane, as well as our CEO, Patrick Bet-David, which I have already seen him twice. This is going to be the third time that I see him. And the love and care that he has for every individual. How many people can say, I've met the CEO of the company that I work for?
Crazy, right?
Crazy. And the fact that he is literally giving us free advice, it's like mind-blowing. Like, you care about my success enough to actually make this event and teach me your ways about how to be a 7-figure earner.
Exactly.
And then, he loves parties. He loves playing hard just as much as he loves working hard.
Yep.
So we are actually going to be at Encore Beach Club, again, rented out for just agents. and that's one of the things I'm looking forward to. I've been working on my summer body. I've been going to the gym. I've been doing everything for it. So I'm excited for that as well. And then we also have another party where Tiesto will actually be performing for, again, agents only.
Right.
Like, how many people can say they rented out a Tiesto, a famous DJ, okay, for
Just
an
us.
event? Like, not
That's
that many people. So, not anyone, really. I don't think anyone can say that. But, those are just the 3 events that well, 2 events and then one future event that I'm going to. So, obviously, I've only been here for 3.5 months, almost 4 months. And I've already been to 3 events that have definitely changed my life.
That's awesome. So, yeah, so that's really good that you're enjoying yourself here at a company with all the values that we have, with making money, helping others, and lastly, this is something that a lot of people can do. It's just a matter of a choice. It's a matter of a choice of saying, hey, let me go work hard on myself. Let me go work and self-develop. Let me connect myself with the right people to be around, because there's a lot of people that, they're leeches, I don't know if you've ever experienced people like that they're, they just suck out your energy and they don't give anything back, right? And I found myself in that position when I was at the other jobs and work, and not just necessarily from the people that worked there, but from people coming in and being like mean and all that good stuff, right? So, this opportunity is amazing. In addition to that, you still can get ownership of the company, which is absolutely great to have equity in something. So, if you ever sells or somebody buys it, you automatically become a millionaire. So. Not
to mention, once you do get co-ownership of the company and you get equity ownership of the company, you can now honestly invest so that your money makes you money.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I think that's an awesome opportunity, and I wouldn't trade this for anything. Not only am I helping people, I'm helping myself, and we're gonna wrap this up real quick. I think with my end goal, it's retiring my mom and opening my own private practice so that I can have or offer the mental health that people need at absolutely no cost. But top priority right now is retiring my mom, and I know for a fact that that's gonna happen by next year. So I'm super excited to say, here, Mom, here's your big check.
Nice, and I have no doubt that you'll get it. You're one of the persons I've worked with, and the most here, and one that really wants the success to just happen. And I know that there's nothing that's gonna stop you. So just keep pushing forward, and I know that you'll make it. So. With that said, everybody, I appreciate all you guys that viewed in and tuned in today to find out exactly why we do what we do and how you're able to also become a part of this amazing organization in which you can have the freedom to do whatever you want, as well as grow as a person and grow with others as well too. So again, thank you so much for joining me today and co-hosting this 6th video of getting comfortable being uncomfortable. So I hope that you all have a great evening. Thank you so much again for tuning in, and we'll see you next Wednesday, same time, same place.
Thank you. Thank you.